I now recognize Mr. McCormick for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, my fellow Marine, and Mr. Chairman, thank you. Mr. Reagan, for your testimony today, I also thank you. Mr. Reagan, I wanted to talk to you about EPA's role in another part of the committee's jurisdiction, which is space. Camden Spaceport in Georgia went through a 6-year process for its final environmental impact statement. It's estimated that Camden County spent nearly $10 million on various studies, preparing for the environmental impact statement, and consultants. Well, I'm glad it's finally moved forward, finding zero impact in 2021. It's alarming that it took a decade and $10 million for this development to clear all paperwork required, largely because of the environmental review process. Can you point out some concrete steps that the EPA is taking to shorten this approval process and remove bureaucratic red tape from the budding commercial space industry specifically?
Well, I think what we've done at EPA, and obviously the EIS process involves more than just EPA, but what we've done is we've streamlined our permitting process and our environmental review process. We've automated a lot of these processes. As you mentioned, sounds like it's been in the making for 10 years. Over the past 3 years, we recognize that in order to get these EISs done, in order to get permits out the door, we have to use technology and more efficient measures so that we can ensure that our states and locals get those needed permits so the economy can thrive. So I can tell you that we have looked at how we can make processes more efficient. We have automated processes, and we have also expanded our external stakeholder outreach. Our state and local government arm of EPA is much more robust and muscular right now, and we have more of a finger on the pulse.
The EPA's rule is to protect human health and human resources and the environment. Yet it seems often more focused on the bureaucratic red tape, which I understand is a product a lot of times of the regulation we burden people with. Although bureaucrats also tend to add on to that because it's a job. For example, in my own district, a 1.5 mile road in Roswell, $700,000 to do a study that lasted 18 months just to see if we could repave a road that's going to get repaved anyways. But it costs almost $750,000 and delays it for a year and a half while people are going over potholes and going through the process that's so dragged out just to do something we know is pretty much inevitable anyways. I'm looking for ways we can streamline this process and get rid of the inevitable delays that have been making people's lives miserable. Because after all, we're all in government to serve the people and make their life better.